This is the FA Cup highlight show and the penultimate round of the competition. It's the semi-finals at Wembley Stadium. It's one of the most anticipated weekends in the football calendar as 4 Premier League clubs battle for the right to return here in a month's time for the final. Coming up, Manchester United meet Manchester City in the first ever Wembley semi-final between the two great rivals. The Cup hasn't been kind to either Bolton Wanderers or Stoke City in recent years, but both had the final in sight. But we start with the Manchester derby. United and City have had very different paths over the last 40 years. The Red Devils have won 8 FA Cups in that time, while City's last success came back in 1969. It's been a long 42 years since Neil Young's goal won the Cup for City, but now the Blue Half believe they could once again be Manchester's top dogs. At Wembley were Stuart Robson and Martin Tyler.
And the noise is deafening, and the sense of occasion is special. But remember, it's a semi-final. There'll be no pomp and ceremony, and there'll be no place really in the history books for a loser today. But for the winners, bags of local pride, of course, great global acclaim as the world will look on May the 14th. One of the Manchester clubs will be there, but which one, we're about to find out. Team news for you. Roberto Mancini gives Mario Balotelli the chance on this big stage to show that he can compensate for the loss of Carlos Tevez. Tevez out with a hamstring injury. 3 other changes from the team, which was so disappointing at Anfield on Monday. Pablo Zabaleta returns at right back, and Nigel de Jong and David Silva come in further forward. Milner, Boyata and Dzeko drop to the bench. United have none other than the Premier League's leading scorer to cover for the suspended Rooney in Dimitar Berbatov. There's no Ryan Giggs today, but there is a starting berth for another veteran in 36-year-old Paul Scholes. Rio Ferdinand left the team hotel in the small hours to attend the arrival of an addition to his family, the birth of a baby daughter, but he made it back in time and in sufficiently good shape to be selected. Park. Lescott doesn't get it very far. Carrick, Scholes, lovely play. Berbatov! And Hart makes the save. First real chance of the semi-final. It came Berbatov's way.
Well, it was brilliant closing down from Manchester United to start with. They won the ball back quickly, then great link-up playing and around the box.
Nani! Oh, that's another chance. He stretched, he reached it, but he couldn't control it. And Dimitar Berbatov, in a matter of seconds, will feel that he could have given Manchester United a lead. This was an even better chance.
Great chance, brilliant turn from Nani. Here's the previous one. They won the ball back quickly. Link-up play is brilliant. Park finds the pass. Berbatov's running straight. Hart with the save. Surely should score.
Zabaleta. Silva. It's a clever play from him. Barry trying to turn onto his left foot. Hit that net on the outside. United fans deriding the City supporters from certain angles thought that that was 1-0 to Manchester City.
Well, at the moment, there's only looks to be one City player that's going to unlock Manchester United, and that's Silva. Twisted and turned, eventually got his cross in. Balotelli couldn't get hold of it. John O'Shea just does enough to force Barry wide.
Kolarov. Balotelli, who tries one. And he does have an opportunity here. He's had a mixed first season under Mancini in Manchester, but there's no doubt about his talent.
Certainly a great strike from him. He just comes off the centre halves. There's no real danger when he picked the ball up. Just let it to run across his body. Van der Sar has to tip it over. He's got power in that shot.
Company going to the near post. Lescott round the back.
This is a 2v1 situation. I'm not sure where the marking was. Look, Lescott's free. Vidic tries to back in. Berbatov was in there as well. It's O'Shea that's in there. very easy. He's got to go with the side foot there. Julian Lescott, get really good contact, keep the ball down. If you go with your laces, he's always liable to go over the bar.
This is Company! That's another fine strike from Manchester City, who've got better after a very tentative start to this semi-final.
It's really good technique. He sweeps this ball as it's coming across him, sweeps it, doesn't try and hit it too hard, goes for the corner. Looks like Berbatov actually gets out the way.
Ferdinand, not much margin for error there, and he's kicked it straight to Silva, Edwin van der Sar. And then Carrick giving it away to Toure, who's in for Manchester City here! It's the blue side of Manchester celebrating the first goal in the semi-final, the Manchester derby at Wembley. It was a defensive catastrophe for Manchester United. First this, and then this.
Well, Carrick tried to play the ball square to Scholes, and that's what Yaya Toure's good. Once he was facing Vidic, there was no stopping. He's got pace, he's got power, he got to the side of him. He tried to do it once in the first half, but this time, well, it goes between the legs of Van der Sar. He doesn't connect with it properly, but he's brilliant in these situations, Yaya Toure. The best in the Premier League at the moment, in a 1v1 situation where it's just power and pace are involved.
That's yeah for City from Yaya. 2 years ago, it's quite clear that Alex Ferguson didn't set too much store by the FA Cup, by the team that he played in the semi-final against Everton. And they were beaten, though it took penalties to decide that day. But this is different. This is against Manchester City. And they're on the wrong end of it at the moment, and it could get worse because it's Balotelli from Yaya Toure's pass. First touch wasn't the greatest, but it's a corner. As City come again and again.
And it's that man again, Yaya Toure, running with the ball, driving at Manchester United's back four. Carrick nowhere to be seen. It's a poor touch, really, from Balotelli. Good defending from Vidic.
It's good work from the corner from Adam Johnson. Brilliant play from him. And it could easily have gone in off Van der Sar. They're looking not to rest on the lead, but to increase it.
There's 2 or 3 times now from these sort of set plays. They've got 2v1. Manchester United don't send the second player out until it's too late, and whenever he gets out there, he's beaten too easily by Adam Johnson. I'm not quite sure what Adam Johnson was looking for, a cross or a shot. Just hitting hope, really. Manchester United a little bit ragged at the moment, don't they? They've lost their way.
Silva. It's a great cross. Coming in was Julian Lescott.
Once again, 2v1 out at the corner. Evra comes out too late, can't stop the cross. I think Julian Lescott, he gets a run, he should score. There's no question about it. Berbatov had gone to sleep. Bit of wrestling in the box. What a chance that is.
Ferdinand. Well, sometimes you look at games such as this and you think one team just wants it more, and at the moment that team is Manchester City, but never rule out Manchester United when you're looking for sides that come back. Down goes Park. Scholes goes on, and Hart makes the save, but the free kick's been given.
There's a poor challenge from Zabaleta right on the edge of the box. Park goes past the first challenge, plays the second one. Does throw himself up in the air, calls Ji-sung Park, but I think he's trying to get out the way of the challenge.
20 minutes played in the second half. Up steps Nani. Oh, it's onto the bar. In goes Berbatov. It's not Manchester United's day. It's too high for Hernandez. A great free kick, and Joe Hart reaching up.
Was he late to react here? It's a great free kick. And he dived past the ball to start with. It was straight at him. It may have looked a good save. Oh, it takes a deflection. That was the key. It took a deflection, so it's an excellent save. I think it comes off Balotelli's head. He's going past the ball. He's just had to react. He should actually palm it over the bar. It's not a good save on second viewing, third viewing.
Park. Scholes. High foot, they're not happy on the City bench. What's Mike Dean going to make of this? Paul Scholes, all his career has been fated for his footballing skills and blamed for late tackles.
Both went with their foot up, the ball was there to be won. Scholes wasn't quite sure whether to go for it, then he decided.
Mike Dean has sent him off, and Manchester United, a goal down and now a man down. This was the incident.
See, Zabaleta goes with his foot up. Yes, he catches him, Scholes. He catches him high. Is he going for the ball? Oh, it's late. It's late. Mike Dean had a good view of it. He goes over the top of the ball. And in that sense, Mike Dean was right.
Well, it will only be a place in the final, but the final whistle here for Manchester City will feel like winning the FA Cup, the Premier League, the Champions League, all rolled into one, because they have had a lot of hurt from Manchester United's success. Been rammed down their throats. Supporters going to work week in, week out. And Manchester United, but it isn't done yet because United haven't given it up. But that wasn't the percentage ball. It was a shot of some desperation from Evra into the side netting. 3 minutes plus added time to go.
It's a great opportunity for him, Zabaleta. Zabaleta backs up into it. He should be going to meet Evra. Instead, he just runs into his own box, Zabaleta. Always a danger when you do that. If you stick a leg out, it's a penalty. Evra makes the wrong decision, a poor decision, Patrice Evra.
Here's Nani. Great block by Barry. Right, Phillips. Balotelli. Toure. Vieira. Here comes Barry. And United are in trouble here. Out comes Van der Sar. Toure couldn't quite hook in his second. Oh, there's 5 added minutes, and Manchester United are on the counter-attack. Hernandez, Anderson, now Fabio. Hernandez is very good in the air, but not that good.
It wasn't a good pass from Fabio. Yaya Toure. There was a 4 versus 2 here. Watch when the ball's played wide. 4 Man City players against 2. I think he plays it too early. He works really hard, Yaya Toure, to get to the ball. Van der Sar did his job, and it allowed Vidic just to get back. Certainly no penalty. But that was a great opportunity. No, not a penalty, Roberto. They know it's over. Well, they think it's over.
Van der Sar. It was just too high for Hernandez. And that's going to be as long a throw as Manchester United can muster here. Now it goes short to Anderson. Hardly time for the cross. It's driven in by Evra. Park going for it. Foul by Fabio. That surely is that. Just wait for the explosion of joy. At least from one end of the stadium. Some of the others have already gone. Manchester City are in the FA Cup final, and they've done it at the expense of Manchester United. Days don't get much better than this for City, their fans, their players, and a somewhat beleaguered Roberto Mancini. Yaya Toure with the 1 goal, taking his chance. Manchester United missed theirs, particularly in the first half with Berbatov. And Rio Ferdinand has obviously seen or heard something that he didn't like from Balotelli. United aren't going to go quietly. Final score at Wembley. First FA Cup semi-final. First Manchester derby at Wembley. Manchester City 1, Manchester United 0.
So Manchester City through to their first cup final since 1969, but it's even longer since Bolton Wanderers last got there, 53 years to be precise, and their opponents Stoke City have never made it, losing 3 times at the semi-final stage. So both teams had the opportunity to make history today. Watching this one were Matt Jackson and Gary Taphouse.
Well, both these clubs have had a reputation for a direct, physical, aggressive style. Both managers are working on changing that. And it's fair to say neither's averse to the longer ball. And with Kevin Davies and Kenwyne Jones spearheading the attack, why would you be? Let's take a look at the semi-final lineups. And Owen Coyle is without on loan Daniel Sturridge, who's cup-tied. So there's a recall for Croatian striker Ivan Klasnic. He scored the winners in rounds 4 and 5, as well as the late winner against Stoke in the Premier League in October. Johan Elmander continues in midfield, while Paul Robinson returns at left-back. Well, just one change for Stoke City from the side that lost narrowly at Spurs in the Premier League 8 days ago. Thomas Sorensen plays in goal as Tony Pulis tries to persuade him to sign a new contract. First-choice keeper Asmir Begovic hasn't figured in this cup run at all. Veteran Carlo Nash is on the bench. Top scorer John Walters has a point to prove. He began his career at Bolton as a 19-year-old. Bolton free kick to be taken by Greta Steinson. Icelandic fullback. Kevin Davies the target here. Oh, drops very kindly for Cahill. And Petrov not able to get the ball across, but Bolton have their first corner. Up in the air by Whelan. And Davies. And lay back to Cahill. Well, he got his laces behind that one.
Yes, centre-halves don't normally need too many opportunities. I was surprised he turned down the first one. Just sets himself up into a lovely situation. Just catches it on the half volley, strikes it sweetly enough. Ball rising all the time and fairly comfortable for Sorensen. Just a little hint of a handball. It's a melee, isn't it? Probably does strike a hand. Not really going to get too many of those. A sweet strike just rising above that bar.
That night in the side. Again, Owen Coyle was umming and ahhing about that because he only returned against West Ham after 7 games out with a knee injury. I think he was concerned about the physical presence of Kenwyne Jones. This is Pennant. Waters not able to get it in. All but given away. Chance for Etherington! A phenomenal strike from Matty Etherington! His 6th of the season. They gave it away, Bolton, but didn't he strike it beautifully?
He certainly did. Very little involvement in the game so far. Not the worst way to announce yourself. Poor play from Bolton. Owen Coyle will be disappointed. Look like they're in control of the situation. Sloppy pass. Can't play it too short. Square across. Doesn't even take a touch. Looks up. Straight out the laces with that left foot. Jääskeläinen, a despairing dive away to his left. Early advantage to Stoke City.
Well, the fans want a long throw, that's for sure. They're gearing themselves up. Here it comes, the first of the semi-final. Attacked by Elmander. Wilkinson. No flag. Cahill away. Robert Hoot! Oh, what a fantastic strike! The goalkeeper got a hand to it, but couldn't keep it out. And it's 2-0 to Stoke City.
And this is quickly turning into a nightmare, not only for Jääskeläinen, but his teammates and the fans here as well. This one doesn't fly in quite so much. So tough to get any sort of distance on the clearances. Look at the bodies underneath it. And I just think Jääskeläinen may be a bit disappointed. The ball's angled away from him, doesn't really move his feet, chooses to dive first. And I think when he sees that one back, he'll be slightly disappointed. gets half a finger to it. Well, we'll look at the reaction. He knows it's an awful long way back for any team to score 3 against his side.
He's been pinched by Pennant here. Both strikers ahead of him. And he's played it through. It's Kenwyne Jones! It's phenomenal from Stoke City. They lead by 3 goals to 0. And they are quite literally doing cartwheels here.
Great goal, great goal. Pennant does so well. Breaks half a length of the pitch. And because of their lead, it allows them to play this way. They can play on the counter-attack, break up the Bolton attacks. Oh, it's horrible for the Trotters, absolutely horrible. Tough on Owen Coyle. It's turned into a real nightmare, but once again, caught in possession. He crosses the halfway line with pace. Can Mwamba do more getting back? But he threads a great ball through. Kenwyne Jones just stays on side. Fantastic finish.
Walters. Rory Delap. Walters looking for Etherington, straight race with Lee. And corner, well played again, Stoke City. It's only Stoke's second corner. Etherington takes. Kevin Davis heads away, despite the attentions of Robert Hoot. There's no flag here against Walters. Jones! Vital save from Jääskeläinen.
Yeah, but shouldn't be heading it. Shouldn't be the only man in the box with no one around him. Look there, 6 bodies around him. Just had to go back on it, couldn't get the power.
Etherington by Lee. Oh, it was actually Taylor, wasn't it? Pennant's delivery. Since then he's been in blinding form. Oh, that falls kindly here to Walters! Cracking save by Jääskeläinen. Jones missed it completely. Well, it should be 4-0.
Take too long, Walters. Surprised at him, he's been in great form. Look at the marking again, though. They don't come out, he gets himself out. It's got to be picked up. No, there's going to be a challenge coming in. Got to get around him. Just takes too long. Touching Jones as well. He'll be disappointed. Can't make any sort of contact.
Elmander. Brilliantly away by Hoot. This is Walters. Mark Davis trying to stay with him. Walters goes for it! What a magnificent goal! John Walters, against his former club, has fired Stoke City into their first ever FA Cup final. A quite extraordinary afternoon at Wembley. 4-0.
Well, I take it they practice shooting from outside the box this week, because they have produced 3 great strikes. Once again, Elmander caught in control of the ball. He does well, Walters. Sets off, wants to kill a bit of time for his club, wants to make his teammates get up the pitch. Only got one thing on his mind, and another shot buries itself in the side netting. Jääskeläinen, no chance again. Good strength, good power, never even looks up. And that is how you finish.
Glorious goal from John Walters, his 4th in 6 FA Cup appearances this season. And Tony Pulis punches the air with joy. Taylor again. Oh, good save. Good save by Thomas Sorensen.
First time Stoke haven't got decent aerial ability on a clearance. Good little half shot. Does well going to his left-hand side.
Well, even when a sloppy pass comes in, Whelan wins it back. He's had a great game as well. Etherington. Great ball in for Jones. Well, you can't ask for better service than that. as an on-rushing striker. But it's all too easy, isn't it, for Stoke City? They're getting in time and again. Wilkinson, Jones onside, Walters far side, can he pick him out? Here is Walters! It's 5! The former Bolton man has got 2 of them. It's a rout, an absolute rout.
It's an embarrassment for Bolton and all connected with them. Jones does brilliantly well again. He's offside. Well, maybe no, just that night. It's probably just gone back in. Just the ball gets skewed across, gets his head up, pulls it back to a dangerous area. Good composure again. Digs it out of his feet. Just a little dink. Again doesn't look up. Knows where the target is. Backs himself to get it in there. 5-0. Would you ever believe it? Do not use all your luck up today, Tony, because you're going to need it again in a few weeks' time.
So it's Stoke and Manchester City who return to Wembley for the FA Cup final on the 14th of May after 2 extraordinary semi-finals. We'll see you then. Bye for now.